From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network at Troy, Alabama's International University, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for September 25th, 2017. I'm Lauren Harkson.
And I'm Chelsea Law. Thank you for joining us this evening. Kappa Delta sorority brought women together on Sunday for an evening of fellowship on the square. As Brianna Jones shows us, there was a message of friendship that went along with the fellowship.
Friendship is a mutual affection, trust, and support amongst people. This is exactly what the ladies of Kappa Delta sorority spread throughout Troy when they held their annual International Women's Friendship Day on Sunday. This event featured food, music, and fellowship for women to meet new friends and catch up with old ones.
So today we are here on the square celebrating Kappa Delta's International Women's Friendship Month. We just like to get together with women from other sororities as well as just from women on campus to get together and celebrate friendship with other women. The message we're trying to send is, you know, you can be friends with anyone. It doesn't matter if you just met them 5 minutes ago or if you've known them a lifetime.
In the past, the ladies usually gather in their sorority home, but this year they thought it would be a great idea to bring it to the downtown square.
So we usually have it at the Kappa Delta house, but this year we decided to move it to the square in downtown Troy just because it's a little bit more open. So we moved it just to invite the public, not just girls from the university. And plus when you get in the Kappa Delta house, it can kind of get crammed with so many people. And so just having it at the square allows more people to come and enjoy themselves a little bit more.
And the coordinator of this event, Lauren Harkson, said the key to a powerful woman begins with her friendship.
A powerful woman begins with an empowering friendship. I believe every woman needs to have people to lift each other up and be there when they're hurting. That's exactly what this celebration celebrates, is the ability for all women to come together and make sure all of us feel confident and comfortable in our own skin. International Women's Friendship Month was started by Kappa Delta, so all of the chapters all over the country are doing different celebrations to celebrate empowering women's friendship.
Brianna Jones, Troy TrojanVision News.
The International Women's Friendship Month is celebrated by Kappa Delta chapters across the country.
On Saturday, some high schoolers got a taste of what Troy University might be able to offer them as a collegiate choice at the Fall Trojan Day. Janae Jordan shows us what the young visitors got to see on their trip.
On Saturday, Troy University held Trojan Day, which gives prospective students the opportunity to learn about academic and student life from our faculty and student leaders during the browse session held in Trojan Arena.
This event is for all incoming students to Troy University, and they have an opportunity to browse all of the departments and organizations that Troy has to offer. It's a really good way for new Troy students to meet current students and to make connections and network really well.
With over 175 different organizations at Troy University, there was at least one organization that piqued each student's interest.
I believe that they will be able to see what Troy has to offer, and they will be able to already have an interest of what they want to do or what they want to be a part of before they get here.
Along with the browse session, students learned about admissions, scholarship opportunities, and housing during the admissions presentation.
They should take away friendships and definitely connections with organizations, especially SGA and Freshman Forum and things like that. That's a really great way to get involved for incoming students. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of information at one time, so sometimes they feel overwhelmed, but ultimately it's a great experience.
Along with the browse session, students are also given a tour of the campus, lunch, and a ticket to the game where the Trojans take on University of Akron. Janae Jordan, Troy TrojanVision News.
Admissions holds a Trojan Day in both the fall and the spring semesters. The University Library offers students a variety of reading options from recreational reading to research materials.
However, on Sunday afternoon, the library offered up something that might seem a little unusual for a university library: comic books. Madison Neal shows us why.
Wouldn't usually think about seeing comics in relation to a university library, but comics were on full display at the library on Sunday as vendors and comic fans took part in a mini comic book convention.
We are having a Comic-Con to kick off Banned Books Week, which is a nationwide event that the American Library Association has to celebrate and promote books that have been either banned or challenged in school systems and public libraries around the U.S.
You might be wondering, How do comics relate to Banned Books Week?
Comics, graphic novels are all being banned and challenged in libraries across the U.S. You name it, they probably banned it for one reason or another. Comics are also becoming very popular now when they weren't, 5-10 years ago. And so they're becoming more of a target now for people who want them out of the libraries.
In celebration of the kickoff of Banned Books Week, Comic-Con has something fun for everyone.
We have the photo booth available, which was a big hit last year. We've also brought in a graphic artist, and we brought in the local Fanatics comic book store.
And the librarians say that these types of activities go to show that the university library isn't what people expect it to be.
When you think libraries, you think of old, musty books and smelly things, but we're so much more these days. And like exercise bikes, games, we have different things going on, events, speakers. So just come and see what's in the library. Don't just take it for granted that it's the old-fashioned smelly books and that's mean people that work here.
Madison Neal, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The library will hold their main banned book event on Thursday afternoon from 1 to 2:30 in the media room of the library.
Now, the latest in Trojan Sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome back to TrojanVision Sports. I'm Sarah Drake. The Trojan football team improved their record to 3-1 after a thrilling win against Akron in the Vet on Saturday.
I don't know a better way to say this, but that was an ugly football game.
That's the one word Troy head football coach Neil Brown used to describe the team's 22-17 win over the Akron Zips Saturday night at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And although the win was not pretty, Brown talks about how the Trojans still have a chance.
There's a lot of learning points from here. I'm not real pleased with how we played in any of the three phases, but I know we have a chance, even though we've not played anywhere close to our potential, because 2 weeks in a row we found ways to win games at the end.
And despite the Trojans' 16 penalties for 159 yards, Brown is still proud of this team for finding a way to win.
We've been a part of a game like that, and all of them may have been guilty. I have no idea. I'm sure we're guilty of our share, but it was just an ugly game. There's no better way to say it. But we're 3-1. And proud of our team for finding a way to win.
Brown also says that the defense did not play their best defensive game on Saturday.
We finally got some pressure down the stretch, but we can play better. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here. I'm glad we won, but we've got some issues we got to get corrected in all three phases.
And after Akron's punter Nick Gasser pinned the Trojans at the 3-yard line, Brandon Silvers led the Trojans down the field 97 yards. With 66 seconds left, Silvers dropped a pass to DeAndre Douglas in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown.
Rolling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown, Trojan.
And Brown speaks on why he enjoys coaching Douglas.
He's a guy that works extremely hard. One of my favorite guys to coach just because he loves competing and he works at it. It means a lot to him. Didn't play very well the first 2 weeks. He's bounced back, and his numbers, I think he's had 7 catches for this week is 92. I think last week was over 100, and that's what we really have come to expect from him.
Up next, the Trojans hit the road as they travel to Death Valley in Baton Rouge, Louisiana to face off against the number 25 LSU Tigers. Kickoff for the ESPNU game is set for 6 p.m. The Trojan volleyball team opened conference play over the weekend and got off to an 0-2 start against the Texas teams of the Sun Belt. Troy wrapped up their trip to the Lone Star State with a 3-0 loss to Texas State on Sunday. Cheyenne Hayes and Jenny Young each posted 8 kills and 8 points for the Trojans in the match. Troy looks to snap a 3-game losing streak as it returns home to face Sun Belt opponent Georgia Southern on Friday. First serve is set for 6:30 p.m. in Trojan Arena. And after an overtime loss to Coastal Carolina on Friday, the Trojan soccer team finished their trip to the Carolinas off with a win against Appalachian State on Sunday. Troy defeated the Mountaineers 1-0. Katie Lorenz scored the lone goal for Troy in the 88th minute. The shutout gave goalkeeper Mickey Lewis the school record for wins with 36 in her Trojan career. Lewis also owns the school's shutout record with 29. Troy will not take the field again until Sunday when it welcomes Sunbelt rival South Alabama. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. at the Troy Soccer Complex.